Whoops. I didn't add myself to the stream. My bad. Uh, Welcome to a late edition of the Morning Brew. I decided to go ahead and get online. I was kind of wanting to have a morning brew this morning, even though it's later than usual, because I'm going to have to definitely cut mine short tomorrow because of needing to go to the doctor. So I'm going to go ahead and post this to a couple different places. Let me do this real quick. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. We got that. We'll share that out. And unfortunately, it's acting up because, why not this morning? It makes so much sense. This has been one of those mornings. I'm not really sure why, but it's like I said, it's just been a bit of a pain in the butt. I love that. So though it's a little different. And hello, Carlo Albanese. Yes, everything is as well as can be. I've taken my medicine this morning, so things are actually well as as can be. I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so hopefully he can suggest some things to do. Other than that, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll have to find out tomorrow. But I guess you all won't find out till the day after, because I won't be on until then. At least not for Morning Brew. And of course, everything around here is going hectic because, that's what happens when I choose to go live when the kids are here. That's just lovely. I know. It's just, one of the fun things in life that I live with on a daily basis. Let me go ahead and get this message sent out on a couple other places because, well, why not? Let's see here. We got that one. And let's see here. That one. And of course, I have to do my own Discord because that would be silly not to promote my own stuff on my own Discord. I don't know. Just silly me. But Dave G Sound, hey, how are you doing? What's going on this morning, Dave? Anything good, interesting? Hopefully good, at least. Let's see here. And I know I picked an unusual time because I usually, like I said, I usually come on at a certain time, but once in a while, I don't think it hurts to be a little unusual. Here we go. I will send this out. Oops, that's not the one I wanted to send out. Let's see here now. This is the one I want to send out because, you're already in the chat. Why would you need a link to the chat that you're already in? And I sent that to you, Dave, just in case you did want to come on, no pressure. And Rambling Canuck, really, History with Our Heart just at 100 subs. That is awesome. And Elihu, uh, I hope you're having a good morning. It's what 7:50 there right now. Uh, uh, so yeah, that is definitely awesome sauce rambling. I am happy to hear. Then let's see here. I got somebody backstage, and we got Dave G Sound.
Hello, Captain Trek.
Hello, how are you doing?
Very good, sir.
Well, that's good to hear. What's going on?
No, nothing. Had the evening off work, which is helping my back immensely. Hello, children.
Oh yes. And of course they're screaming no, 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 because they don't want to get ready to go to school, which I would think that they wouldn't have because it's Monday. But
wow.
Oh yes. So now you get a taste of what I deal with on a daily basis.
Man. Wow. That was shrill.
Oh, trust me, you're getting a muffled version of it.
So what exactly is the problem? They don't want to go?
Yeah, they don't want to go. And hello, Elihu. What's going on this morning?
Okay, pasta. Can you see me?
Barely, but yes.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. Hang on. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Let me see here. Let me get this out to Nina. I'm going to have to go to Discord and go there.
So how's everybody this morning?
Very good, Elihu. How about yourself?
I'm caffeinated. I'm watching the solar eclipse online. I'm doing good this morning.
Good. Well, caffeinated sounds nice.
Caffeinated is nice. And I sent you that message on Discord, Nina. Let's see here. Carlo, I don't want to go to school in the mornings either, but I don't have to stay there. That's true.
You know, Captain Trick, when I got my alarm this morning, I'm like, okay, LG streaming this morning. I'm like, wait, Captain Trick, what the hell? This is about the time he usually puts his notifications out, but he's going to go streaming in an hour.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't. I'm usually wrapping up about now.
Yeah, I was like, where is he this morning?
So no, I because Admiral Doom is on Sunday night into Monday morning. I decided that I'm going to be. I'm not going to overstream him, but I don't know. I was having one of those mornings. It's like I want to get on and stream because I need some stress relief.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I'm watching the solar eclipse. I'm like, I need a little stress relief. Congested around here.
And let's see here. Let me get back to that. And we've got somebody in the back room. And let me check. We've got Nina Green.
Good morning, Nina.
Good morning.
Hey, Nina.
How are you?
Tired.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't hear Nina.
Very tired this morning.
I'll go ahead and see about boosting her level up just a little bit.
You know, being tired is just fine if you're sleepy.
Okay, there.
Well, I'm tired because I went to bed at 2 o'clock this morning and up at 7.
That's about 5 hours of sleep.
Not enough sleep. I go to bed and then my back starts hurting.
Oh, yes.
Up
Nina,
Yes.
I've missed a couple of days of work because of that. And I know what you mean. And there's nothing, because I won't take like pharmaceutical opiates and stuff. There's nothing
Yeah.
that you can do about it. I mean, every day I go to work, I take Tylenol, and that's terrible for your kidneys and your liver.
Yes.
And but you know, it makes you not feel the pain. It doesn't feel good or anything. It's not like the Tylenol 3s. It's just over the counter stuff. But it
Right.
helps. But if you sit for a long time, like I do when I'm, chatting with you guys, or if I'm laying down even, the back, just that sciatica stuff, it's just running through my entire right side, and it's just I can't physically work, but I want to. I feel like I'm letting the crew down when I take a day off, and they're like, "What are you talking about, man? You got to take care of yourself." And I'm like, "But what about the project? What about the work?" And I work for a corporation. They don't care. I make nothing for money, but I'm a loyal worker when you hire me.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about. I feel like I'm letting down the other people that are on the team when I'm not there. But I, got to take care of myself, and it's really. One thing I can do, I can stand. I can stand so I can play bass all day long.
Get a high chair. You can just sit in the high chair, man.
But that's the positive bit. I guess I can stand up and I'm standing now. Stand up on the phone. I can stand up and cook. Oh, that's something that I'm going to do while we're chatting. Why don't you
What's
guys talk
that?
about something? I'm gonna cook some food. I already have the water boiling. I tried to decide what I was going to have, and I think I'm going to make salmon alamo, which is going to be, if you're not familiar with it, there's a spice called Arizona Dreaming, which is kind of a Spanishy salty spice, and so it's spaghetti. You put the spice all over it. You put cheese on it, of course, lots of cheese, mozzarella cheese, and more spice, more cheese. You bake it in the oven, which is already at 350, and then you can put anything you want on it. The first time I had it, it was chicken, just like cooked chicken, and I use bacon sometimes, but I have some salmon that I thought I'd use, but I'm not going to bake it because it's good cold. I'm going to put it on top with the tomatoes after it's baked.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be my salmon alamo. Oh, and then now you guys might find this weird. This is the key. After all the spices and everything, the dressing for the noodles, it's ranch dressing.
Okay, it's morning time for me. I haven't anything to eat yet, and now I'm not hungry anymore. Oh boy, that did not sound good to me right now. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's what I'm making, and the problem is I am hungry, and I always make too much, and it's just me because the wife's at work. So I'm gonna have to have the noodles. So that would be about a quarter size of an American quarter in your hand for noodles. Anyway, why don't you? I'm not a cook. Why don't you guys talk about something else?
Okay, do you know the special spoons that they have for pasta? That hole on the bottom is to measure pasta. If you put a ring of pasta in the hole, that's 1 serving.
Yep.
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
You put a ring in you put pasta in the hole that's at the bottom of a pasta spoon. That's a measure of pasta.
Yes. Yep.
You know what?
Also, one of the reasons that the spoons are bent that way, I don't know if you knew that, and the way that the pans work, it's one of those life hacks, is you can rest the spoon on the pot that has the handle sticking out, like in the hole. There's a million little cooking life hacks that my wife has shown me that I'm playing around with. I usually leave the kitchen a mess, but I have one of those magic kitchens. I don't know if you've heard of these. When we got the kitchen installed, I can cook anything I want and leave pans everywhere, and the next day it's all cleaned up. I don't know how it happens. It just does, you know. And my wife's usually not in a good mood when that happens, but you know, it works. So
Wow.
yeah, magic kitchen. They make tables like that, you know, front porches.
Yeah. Bathrooms. Holy shit.
I haven't had to wash a shirt. No, I'm kidding. Come on.
No, I'm sorry.
It was a skit that I saw about a magic table, and that's exactly what. Because they were like, yeah, like you just put anything on this table, and the next day it's gone and it's clean and it's polished. But my wife's gone, so I think she fell onto the magic table. And the cops are there, and they're like, the female cop's like, this guy's bonkers, and the male cop's like, nah, I got one of those at home. Nah, I try to do my part. She does a lot. I don't leave the kitchen a mess. It was just a joke.
There's a total solar eclipse going on. Best view right now is in Argentina, and Mount Etna is erupting.
What?
Something erupted. You're really breaking up, Eli Hugh.
How am I breaking up? How?
Like you sound like you're fucking through a fan blade.
Hang on a second. Is that better?
Yes, much.
Okay, I have to do my little mic switch. Sorry about that.
It is not better.
No, it's not.
better.
Okay, I see what it is. I will be right back.
No problem.
Okay.
I lose connection.
Talk
So,
about like a news feed. It's like something erupted. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back. You know, like man, what what erupted? It's 2020. It could be Yellowstone. Who knows?
Some volcano,
anyway,
I'm sure.
I remember Italian spaghetti. It was long.
Yeah.
We used to get ours, and it was from Italy. You don't see that anymore.
No.
If you go out, if you just go to the regular grocery store, you probably won't. Some of them might have them, like Wegmans or these really big, gigantic, super mall grocery store type stores. But there are specialty places that have things like that. Arrow Wine is a store near me, and obviously it's a wine shop, but you can
Right.
also get gourmet beer. They have the best, like, weird boutique cheese selection I've ever seen in my life. You know, chartreuse, you know, all this stuff. And yeah, if you walk into that store, you got to have a C note, easy. You know, you're gonna spend $100. It sucks. You don't go there to buy, you know, a 6-pack.
Right.
You know, you go there to buy like something to impress somebody at a dinner party or something. But
And good morning, Professor Brainy Specs.
hello, Professor.
Hello, Professor. Oh.
Pardon my saying this, Nina, but you sound absolutely horrible.
Yeah, Nina, you sound not so great.
Yeah.
You need a cup of soup or a cup of coffee.
A coffee. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should get some coffee.
You
I
should get
got
some coffee.
coffee.
That would be a good idea. That would
Yeah.
absolutely be a good idea.
It won't wake me up, however.
Yeah, but
I had to
do you
take
use
it
decaf or regular caffeinated coffee?
I don't drink decaf. I drink regular. It won't wake me up.
Yep.
Used to.
Yeah, but it still has the stimulant in it that might give you a little oomph, you know, it might not wake you up so much. The other night when I thought I was going to work, Cap, I
Mm-hmm.
usually my standard thing, you know, right about 11:30 at night, I eat a couple vitamins, take my Tylenol, and I drink a 5-hour energy drink, one of those little tiny ones, you know.
Yeah.
And when I couldn't work, I went to work and I was like, there's no effing way I'm going to be lifting stuff and moving pallets around. And they were
Uh,
like, why'd you come in? Like you should have called. And I'm like, well, it's policy, you know, that you have to call 2 hours before. I thought I could do it. I can barely get my pants on. And they were like, dude, we got it. You're good. You know? So the long story short, so I drank the 5-hour energy drink and came right home. I worked 8-minute drive away, and I'm there with my wife, and I'm like, well, you know, I couldn't really do it. My back's killing me, and I just drank. I can't lay down and relax because I just drank a damn energy drink. I fell asleep in 15 minutes. And I didn't
oh,
think that was possible because I felt totally wound up. You know, she was awake, and it's like, all right, well, watch a Christmas movie or something. And I don't remember what it even was. I was out apparently like a light. And it is easier to sleep away pain sometimes.
yeah.
You know, just than just sitting there and just feeling it. And you just, if you go to sleep and sometimes you wake up and you're like, that's there it is. That's the ticket. You know, that's the trick. But then there are those times when you feel great and then you try to swing out of bed and you're like, oh no. Yeah. It's just one of those. I just hate missing work. It's not the money at all. It's so much the camaraderie. It's the feeling of being part of a team
Right.
and letting them down, or at least that's I feel like I am. But you know, that's I mean it really isn't. I get paid shit. I'm doing it to keep busy, but I signed up to be part of a team and I feel really crappy about not doing it. Eh, I'll get over it. Worst things happen at sea, as they say. I'm sure somebody has said that.
I'm sure somebody has.
I think it was Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull in the song called Nothing's Easy. Oh man, stop it, brain. Jeez. I'm sorry. I was doing that the other day when my client came over that I was whining about that whole time. He finally made it over. And we were watching the because I still had you on in my earphone and I took it out when he came over and I had the SpaceX thing on the launch and the obviously the real cool part being the recovery landing. And he's like, what the hell are you watching? And I showed him, and he's like, wow, how long does that take? You know, because he had another person that he had to go see, and I'm like, oh, just sit here for 3 minutes. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the rocket that you just watched launch is going to land in 3 minutes, like a pencil on its back. And he's like, nah, yeah, not 3 minutes. I'm like, 3 minutes. Start the timer, and we sat there and watched it. It was something to see, wasn't it? I mean, it always is, but that was a great launch.
Can you guys hear me now?
Not too good, no.
I don't know what's going on there.
What the hell?
Yeah,
Of course, that comes through clear. Not clear, but clearer.
yeah, we could understand you, but it's still crackling and breaking up.
Okay. Let's see. Put volume. How about now?
Try again.
Okay, I'm going to be talking test 1, 2, 3.
There.
Yes, yes. Yep. That sounded good. Now you're not saying anything though.
Let's see here. Now he said it. He said test 1, 2, 3, and
That sounded good.
Yes, it did.
oh goody, we got a.
What is this team YouTube
We
extended?
have successfully extended our server capacity to an acceptable level. Next scheduled maintenance would be on the 20th, which would be just a few days.
Oh, is that
Lovely.
what everybody was talking about earlier about YouTube being like off or broken earlier, like much
Yes.
earlier?
Yes.
Okay. So they actually shut down the system to do something, huh?
Yep. Now, fortunately, because I was already on, apparently I was still getting it because I was already on the stream, so I didn't lose the signal. But when I tried to open a new window, nothing.
Huh.
So fortunately, I never left I never left the other stream, or else it would have been like, yeah, screw that.
Curious. Well, all right. I guess they're doing whatever they have to do. It just seems to me that with an infrastructure that they must already have in place, they might have been able to add service without cutting service. But I don't know how it works. I'm no genius about that.
You would think
They obviously have
I don't
something
know
going
you,
on,
obviously. All right, we're gonna give it a third try. Hello, Eli Hugh.
Can anybody hear me now?
Now
It's
it's
still
back to
broken
being crackly. You were coming through clear, and then all of a sudden we couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, when you said test 1, 2, 3, it was perfectly clear, but now it's back to kind of how it was.
It's back to staticky.
Yeah, it's broken up and staticky.
Professor Brandy Specs. Good morning, Professor.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Professor.
All right,
Good morning, Nina. Hi, Eli Hoo Hoo. Yeah, you're not sounding all that good, Eli Hoo Hoo.
I have no idea why.
I don't know why either.
I know why, but I'm not going to tell you.
Can I blame?
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Can I blame Google?
Sure.
Well, I'm on StreamYard. I'm in Chrome.
Wonder if your internet provider's having some issues this morning.
That's a possibility.
Yes, very good possibility.
I'm using my building's Wi-Fi.
Ah. You retire, Nina.
I am tired. I took a pain pill last night.
Oh, well, what about your coffee? How's that going?
I don't take pain pills very often, but I said I really want to lay down and go to sleep, not be in my chair all the time. So I took a pain pill and now I'm drugged. Oh, I hate that feeling.
I avoid pain pills as much as possible.
Yes, me too.
That's why it's CBD.
I am looking forward to the time when I can avoid pain pills again.
I know, Cap. I know you're.
I've actually taken it as writ that's not gonna be a thing for me. That it's just I don't know if I haven't given up. Like my job's very physical and everything, but I've just kind of come to the conclusion from just growing up around humans that as you get older, you get aches and pains and problems, and I guess I'm at that point and kind of accept it. But I don't like to, like I said, I don't like to take like opiates and stuff like that. Like the pills that actually work for some people. I don't want to be addicted to something that may not be helping me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Dave. May I ask what you do for a living?
Well, right now, I am retired, and at night I stock shelves at a grocery store.
Okay.
Before that, I was the assistant technical director for external relations at George Washington University, and audio engineer for the U.S. Air Force Band, and countless presidents and dignitaries, etc. Blah 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 blah. And before that, I was a lieutenant in the Arlington County Fire Department.
Very cool.
So right now, I'm kind of retired and just working a schlum job. My wife she runs a very high-end construction company, whose name I won't mention because it's one of those kinds. And
Right.
So she brings home some bacon, if you know what I mean. And with my retirement from the university and everything, we own our house and everything, so we're secure. So I just work because I can. And by the way, anybody who says there's no work out there, yeah, I go to work at midnight. There's work. I'm just saying it might not be doing sound for a president, okay? But if you're saying you're out of work and you can find work. There is work. It might be beneath you. You think that I thought that I'd be doing this after what I've done? No, but it's work. And by the way, my commute's like 3 minutes. So, get up off your lazy ass and work.
Test 1, 2, 3.
It's still broken up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's my crappy internet. I think I cannot stream right now, so I'm gonna have to back out and just hang out and chat. Later, guys.
Okay. Thank you for trying to let you.
Yeah, man.
Talk to you later.
Talk with you later.
Yeah, that's what I do. Anyway. And hang out with you guys. My big social thing. I really don't hang out with any. I hang out with my wife pretty much, and occasionally some of the neighbors. That's it. Don't really go out and meet friends. Yeah, a lot of it's from the virus thing, but never really. I wouldn't say I'm a misanthrope, so to speak, because I wouldn't be talking to you guys right now.
Morning, NB Geeks. And you have 3.0 Twitter going, huh? Thought you were going to just give up on it.
Hi, NB. How you doing?
Yeah, I don't do Twitter.
Oh, I don't like Twitter, but I use it.
So, Professor, how do you like your new job?
So far, so good. It's less physically demanding than the old job. I get to work with the patrons more, which I like most of the time. Some patrons can be difficult,
unpleasant, and difficult. Yeah,
but most of them are nice. And I get to buy books now, which I'm excited for. The old job, I didn't do that. And
that's actually really cool. So you get to actually stock the place. I know where you work, but not where you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I know what you do.
Yeah,
type of job you have.
Yeah. There are certain sections that I order for. If there's something I see that I think we should have, I can include it in my order. That's not in my sections per se, but yeah, it's fun. I like doing that. Seeing
Can I
what
ask you a
is coming
technical
out.
thing about your work, real quick? About how, so you were talking about how you purchase to have the volumes books in your library, but what about do you have used books, and do you go through those, or do you have a team that goes through those to see if there's something that might be of interest that you might add?
We do accept donations all the time, if that's what you're asking.
But do they get
The,
added
the
to the library, or do you sell them, or what
the
happens to them?
the main cataloger goes through them to see if there's anything that may be interest to add to the collection, and then she'll go to the person that handles that section, that orders for that section, and asks them if that person wants to add them to their section in the library.
Hmm.
If not, then they get passed on to the friends of the library, and they sell them.
Cool. Yeah, I was just wondering. I've made a I was a big book collector, and I made. It's funny. I kept all my textbooks though, through from college.
Mm-hmm.
I figured I paid for
Textbooks
them.
usually are not added.
Yeah. Well, because they change versions so often in order to sell more textbooks. I mean,
Right.
I remember comparing the versions. There was like one paragraph different, and they're like, "No, you have to, in order to pass the class, you have to have this version of it." And
Right.
it's like, well, that's it. That's just you're just grifting me. And they're like, "Yeah, it's part of the deal." All right, that's why the used ones were so popular. But yeah, I figured that maybe you wouldn't have things like that. But I was just wondering because I donated so many books to the library, and to the point where they seemed irritated about it. And they were
No,
all
we
in
don't
good condition. And no, well, the guy there, he was just like, "Oh my God, more." And there was already piles of them. This was years ago. And
well,
he just, I think I just overwhelmed his day. But no, I
well,
was
we take
wondering on
donations all the
how,
time. We sometimes will get a donation of like 10, 12, 14 boxes worth, you know. They'll come
yeah.
in. The acquisitions department takes them in. If there's something of interest, the person in charge there will pass them on to the main cataloger. She'll look at them and pass them on to the person that orders for those sections.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, I think
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that our library has the store as well. But at least I mean, I was going to say I was kind of that guy. I had like three plastic totes just full of books, but I had them divided into fiction, nonfiction. I had a lot of music books that just probably are mulch now.
well,
Back, it's so amazing when we went to college and you would actually go to the library to find the knowledge instead of just type it in on your phone. I mean, the
right.
research that we had to physically do to go somewhere to gain the knowledge rather than just use your thumb real quick it's something that I fear is going to be lost on a lot of future
Well,
generations.
what a lot of people don't realize is the real research information. It's not on Google. I mean, you can get a lot of basic information on Google, but if you're doing research, you're not going to find a lot of that on Google. It's locked away behind a paywall, and the library has access to the paywall. We give access to people. A lot of it is available if you have a library card from home, so you can't get it from home, but you just have to be a member of the library. Some of that is locked away that you have to come actually into the library building in order to get to it. Use
You know,
equipment on
I've
premises.
done exactly that. A friend of mine and I went to, I was like, I think I know how to do. So right near us is Potomac River. There's these lovely cliffs and there's trails all over there. And most of them are very obvious, they're maintained by the county, but there's all these wonderful cliffs. And we loved walking off the trails. We go there at night and like go fishing when you're not supposed to be there, but it's not in like somebody's backyard. It's basically just the foliage around the river. And So we went to the public library and talked to the librarians, and they took us into the special room, and they had maps, topographical survey maps of the counties, the county's areas around the river, and made copies for us. So we could see, like, oh, here's
Covered
this ridge and
in
here's that ridge. Now, this is
refuge.
this is before we had GPS. Now you can just do it with a satellite, you know. But this, I'm talking, we were in
I need to
junior
go.
high, maybe, you know, we were just curious, and it was all free, you know. They just were happy to help. They're like, "What you guys doing?" It's like, "Oh, we're just going hiking, and we just want to see this, and we're not sure where. Like, we don't want to get lost before it's 10 o'clock at night." And they were like, "Oh, how
Right.
cute!" and gave us these wonderful topographic maps, and I still have them, and they're still accurate. A little more litter, except they're still as accurate as they were. I mean, though they don't change in my lifetime, but pretty cool stuff. And so I appreciate because I know the back room, the information that you can get at a library is not just a book report assignment. That a lot of people just say, oh, just I can just Google the book or whatever. It's
Right.
the use of the library and the training of the staff is just that's what blew me away about it. You know, the fact that when I was like, wow, you're really smart, you know, like they didn't just know where stuff was, they knew about it.
Hmm.
You know, they're like, this, well, we have them from this era or this era, this is the normal, and it's like, wow, what else do you do? Oh, I do this, and just to realize that there is that library studies is like something you can like master in
Take care,
to
Nina.
Take care,
Okay, we'll
Nina.
see you guys later.
leave.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Take care of
take
yourself.
care.
Hope your appointment goes well.
I hope so too. I'm going to try to get a housekeeper because I can't do it. So let's
Get
hope.
Bill to do it.
I don't have a housekeeper at. Oh, which irritates me, but anyway, they
Take
say
care of
my
yourself, Nina.
insurance will cover it. We'll see.
That'd be great if you can.
Yeah,
Well,
will
but
be nice. So we'll talk with you guys later.
Okay.
okay. Bye,
Okay.
Nina.
Bye bye, Nina.
Have a good day.
Okay, you too.
But yeah, Dave. You know, a lot of this information you do need a library card, but what's great about it is your library card is free. Your first one's free. So
Oh yeah.
essentially, you are paying for it, of course, through your tax dollars, but you might as well use it if you are paying it. And oh no, it's Geek.
Suspended another 5 minutes.
What the hell?
I
Hi,
looked.
Geek.
I saw that. I tried to add you.
What
And
did you do, Geek?
I didn't do anything. This is a different email account. It's different information. I didn't even put anything in there. I haven't even made a tweet yet. It was like as I was looking for people, I went to like Loki's, Captain Trex, you know, I was going through the suggestions, grabbing everybody that I knew. And that's all I was going to go with. I was just going to go with, hey, I'm just going to pull the geek guys I know, you know, we'll go through it, go through. And I'm telling you, just like that, all of a sudden they shut me down. I'm like, I bet I know what happened. First, they were giving me shit because I guess they were figuring I was using a VPN. So I guess once I turned my VPN off, they decided, oh, we know this IP. Boom. That doesn't make it because the same IP address as my wife's. So that doesn't make a goddamn bit of sense. I'm wondering if somebody is actually just actively waiting for me to come back or something, because that's a lot. I got suspended. I haven't even done anything.
Wow.
I was like, that was funny. That was hilarious. I was like, wow. Cleared out. So I was able to finally log out of my account because I did exactly what I said I'd do. I cleared out all my cache and stuff, restarted my computer. Boom. Now I can relog into stuff. So I was like, okay, we'll try it. I just created an Envy Geeks Let's Talk Gmail account. Didn't really put, I don't even have any personal information there, but it was like all of a sudden it's like, boom, you're suspended. I'm like, wow, that was quick. It's like, damn, I think that might have even been a record. Oh, that was funny. And like they are determined, although at least now this time I can see what you guys are posting. Before I couldn't see anything. Big deal. No big deal. I just thought that was fucking hilarious. It was more, to answer your question, Jeff, it was more along the lines of this was going to be too pronged. If it worked, I was just going to hit up you guys. If it didn't work, I was going to be like, well, it's going to be funny to be able to say I got shut down pretty quick. Woo. I'm a bad, bad boy. You stinker.
Well, I could have told them that.
What's that?
I could have told them that.
So what else has been going on besides getting shut down in 5 minutes from Twitter after not doing anything wrong this time?
I know, amazing. Went up to the post office. Fuck, that place is a madhouse. I was actually amazed we got in and out in 30 minutes. I thought we were going to be there at least 45 to an hour.
Wow. Just Christmas traffic?
It seems like a lot. Although I was kind of wondering why so many people went to the post office to do money orders. And I would have thought going to Walmart would have been a lot faster, but seems to be a place a lot of people
anymore. Go. No. It's much easier to do. First of all, it takes more time because you got to get through the lines. You got to deal with people. Second of all, a postal money order is actually more secure, supposedly.
Then one if you
now they
get
won't let
like
me log out
7-Eleven
again.
or something.
Yeah.
Oh, now Twitter won't let me log out again. Like, boy, you guys really hated me. Fuck it if they can't take a joke. So other than that, it's raining. It's nasty as fuck today. So just sitting back having a little late afternoon coffee. Saw you were on. Thought I'd jump in and say hi.
Hi.
Hi. That about sums it up.
Yeah. Late afternoon, huh?
Early afternoon coffee. I mean, it's 11:30 for me, so
Yeah,
it's a
same
little
here,
late
man.
for coffee. But
Well, that's why I was going to ask when you said late afternoon.
oh, nah, it's 11:30. I should have said late morning.
Yeah, you said late afternoon. It's like, wait, late afternoon's more like 5 in the afternoon.
Yep, that is true.
Oh.
You're so 2013.
Jeez.
That was funny.
I'm gonna leave you on the tablet. I have to make a phone call to a client that just is harassing me now. All right.
Oh, lovely.
I'll be back.
Enjoy.
Be back.
Oh, good times, good times. Only downside is now I got to log back into everything. That always gets annoying.
It can be. Let's see here.
And like a moron, I dropped myself out.
Yeah. Nothing unexpected.
Oh, not when it comes to me.
There, that should make you happy.
I'm kind of multitasking, so okay, yeah, that works.
So,
What's up?
not too much really. When I started this stream, there was a bunch of well, right before I started the stream, things were quiet. And about the time I started, the kids started screaming.
Oh,
You got your nieces and nephews
here.
over.
Great nephews,
All
yeah. Yeah.
That the one with the foul mouth?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
so
that's right. I still got
no troublemakers on the stream. I take it.
No.
That's good.
Yeah, they probably went to bed.
Probably.
I thought this was funny. My phone just was like, "Are you logging into your iCloud from Bangladesh?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. That's where the VPN is at." Okay, cool. Like I forgot my VPN is connected to Bangladesh right now.
Ah,
Maybe that's why my account got suspended.
that could be. I would have picked, maybe the UK or someplace like that.
Oh, I was actually totally had spaced. I had the damn thing on. I had just recently downloaded it to the new computer and got it up and running. I got to disconnect. I got a de-license. I have 4 licenses I can use, so I need to remove one of the old ones.
Who do you use
But
for a VPN?
I use CyberGhost VPN.
Okay.
They do. It's a real. I really like it. I've never had really any issues, except for the occasional drop. But shit happens.
Right.
But past that, not really had any problems. It's been a pretty good one. Looks like they've updated a few things since the last time I looked at it because they've got some no spy. So they got a new thing on here for no spy servers.
Oh, that's good.
And of course, my favorites. I generally like to go through Germany. Damn, I'm getting killer download speed too. I'm getting like 26 down, 19 up.
Cool.
Damn, I'm flying today.
Let's see here. What's going on, Crimson Mist?
Maybe they did suspend the account because of the VP. Who gives a shit? Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
4.0?
Maybe in a couple of weeks. Maybe for the new year. I mean, I waited 2 weeks to do 3.0. I guess I can wait another 3 weeks to do. Or I waited almost 2 weeks for 3.0. I give it another few weeks. At least right now, I can actually read what you guys are posting now. Otherwise, on 2.0, I couldn't even see anybody. I wasn't even able to look at anything. So I'm like, it's a small victory.
Of course.
Besides, if it's just a VPN thing, it'll probably get resolved in a short amount of time. I got to log back into Parlor now, too. Damn, do I even remember what I made for that?
I don't know.
No, I do. I'm sorry. I'm talking out loud. Don't worry. I have multiple different logins I know to use. It's one of 5 I have. Thankfully, I have all 5 memorized.
1 of 5.
Yep, 1 of 5.
That sounds like a board
I didn't even think
designation.
about that. We are 1 of 5.
Oh, we know who third of five is. Um,
Yep.
Tiki says he keeps getting suspended for arguing with lefties.
Well, that's usually what gets me, but oh, I know what the last one was. I mean, like I said, I'm still suspended because I violated some German law, something like that. I'd have to relook it up, but it was like some German law or something like that. I'm like, the fuck do I care what Germany thinks of me?
well, you did say that you usually prefer to use German VPN, so yeah, that might be an issue.
Nah, I didn't use it on this computer. Like I said, I only re-downloaded the VPN onto this computer yesterday, actually. So I hadn't been using my VPN prior.
I don't use my VPN often. I have IP vanish.
Nice.
Yeah. A little upset with them. Reason I originally went with them is because they had VPN servers in Ohio, and they don't anymore.
Huh.
And that's where I'm from originally. So I had
Right.
access to things in Ohio, that are from Ohio that I didn't before. But now that they took those servers away, I lost that again.
Huh. Oh, bingo, that was the one. Am I human? I don't know. I think that's kind of a racist term now.
It might be. Well, I actually,
Well,
no, it wouldn't be racist. It would be,
Specious?
yeah.
I suppose you could self-identify as just about anything.
Well, I'm back in my Parlor account, so now I can keep my Twitter stuff, follow you guys geeking out, and then I can do all my politics stuff on Parlor. Works out just fine for me.
So I wonder what bird would identify as.
He's a
Definitely
Klingon.
not a Klingork.
I'm just kidding, Bird.
Yeah, Bird, don't kill us. Don't have us whacked. I still got friends in Chicago.
Wow, I just got a text message. Get paid $800 per week for sticker of Monster Energy drink advert on your vehicle, bike, truck, or boat. Click on the link for more details.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
could
yeah, I think
use
I'd pass.
$800 a week, but I don't think anybody's going to pay me.
I don't think so, but yeah, if that were a legitimate thing, sure, I'll do that.
Yeah, $3,200 a month. Yeah, hell yeah. If it was legit.
Exactly. Heck, I would even go park the car somewhere, in a conspicuous place.
Right. Kiki says he would do it if it was Red Bull.
Oh, I hate Red Bull. I absolutely hate that taste of that stuff.
Yeah, okay, you hate the taste of it, but if Red Bull paid you, would you have the advert on your car, even if you didn't drink it?
Oh no. How much is my integrity worth a month?
You tell us.
That's
I don't know. They say every man has his. Hey, as Court says, Rule of acquisition: every man has his price. You just got to find mine. I'll let you know when you hit it. It's like, hey, I'll let you know when you hit my price.
Well, I would say as long as it covered all of your bills, yeah, that would do it.
My son's in one of his moods. He wants to be left alone. He's in one of those 13-year-old moody teenager things. I watched that BBC, I guess, miniseries Dracula. It was 3 parts. I'm going to be honest, wasn't nothing new. Wasn't really anything new to the story or to enhance the myth of Dracula. I was actually kind of bored with it. It's like I literally had it on just for background noise.
Yeah, I've done that before. Turned something on, it's like, and just left it on because it was better than nothing.
Yeah, I've been in the same boat. Honestly, I'm like so bored with TV right now. I'm like become one of the pickiest motherfuckers trying to watch something. I'm just like, oh, this ain't worth me sitting down to watch. It's like throw it in the background, I'll let it play, and I'll be doing other stuff. There ain't really been that much to make me want to sit down. Yeah, I think that was on. Yeah, Tiki. I think that was on BBC America. I think it was one. I got it off of Netflix. I didn't think it was that
And
good.
good morning,
It just kind of the
Nigel
same,
Ruby
kind of a
guy.
rehash. Hey, Nigel. Whew. Trying to figure out what I want for lunch.
Hello, Nigel.
Anybody heard any good reviews about Cyberpunk?
Nope.
Me neither. Of course, I really haven't been keeping up with it, but still.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I've seen videos, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Cyberpunk 77 was a pen and paper game, but it was never one that me and my friends played.
Tiki says he's heard that Cyberpunk is a buggy mess.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure what a buggy mess is, but oh, this is a game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I hadn't heard of it. I thought it was a movie.
Yeah, I like I said, I never played the game when it was a pen and paper game. It just wasn't one of our wasn't one of the games we picked.
How come?
Money for one. Honestly, it was money for one. We only had we were only kids, so not all of us had jobs, so we'd have to ask our parents to buy them. So we were limited on what we could get. So what ended up happening was one of us got one set of RPG games. One of our buddies got the Palladiums, the Rifts. Another one of us got the Vampire White Wolf series stuff, and then I was the guy who got the West End game Star Wars stuff. So that's how we kind of collaborated on that, and those just ended up being the games we played. I hate to say it, it was pretty much it. It was just it all came down to money.
Unfortunately, that's usually the way it goes. But let's see here.
I guess Fear the Walking Dead got renewed. I haven't even seen the first season. Oh wait, I saw the first season. I didn't see the second. Don't look at me,
Yeah.
guys. I got nothing.
What do you mean?
Don't look at me. I got nothing. I got nothing to talk about.
Oh, that's unusual. You usually have a lot to talk about.
Oh, you haven't noticed? I've been oddly quiet lately.
And why is that? What did your wife say?
She goes, "Yeah, it's scary." Oh, leave it to her.
So you broke down and did NB Geek 3
Yeah, and they've already suspended it.
again?
Yep, within 5 minutes.
You could do NB Geek Infinity and Beyond.
I said maybe in the new year I'll do 4.0.
Wow.
I thought it was funny personally. I take it as kind of funny.
You should create your account with your middle name.
I didn't even put my real name in it. There's actually nothing tying this account to any of my old accounts except for the little name and the handle, and then the picture, and that's it. And that's not exactly. I don't even know. I mean, if their algorithms really suspending people like that, that's kind of crazy.
I have no idea. I mean, I can understand if you were posting like you did before, but with nothing, that doesn't seem realistic. I mean, I don't put it past them.
Yeah, realistic or not, they did it. Not sure how. I mean, I can't imagine somebody is really out there just waiting for me to put something together, unless, well, I don't know. Unless it's somebody I'm following, they're immediately saying I'm doing something. But I find that very hard to believe, considering everybody I clicked on is everybody we pretty much talk to in either A, chat, or B, panels.
Right.
So I'm not buying. I'm not buying into that.
No. And Nigel, I did send you a message on Discord, but
But yeah, like I said, I got Discord working, so nothing else
that's
to
one
worry
thing I
about.
like. That's one thing I like about Discord. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, once I learned navigating it a little bit better, it's been fine. It's just I didn't use it very often. But now it's kind of like I got to. Well, that's cool. At least I know how to get a hold of everyone. Speaker for the Dead is playing farming simulator.
No, I did not see any the trailers that came out over the weekend.
Oh, there were trailers that came out this weekend. Wow, I didn't even
According
hear
to
about that.
Tiki of Doom, I hadn't heard about them. Of course, I usually spend most of my time on YouTube, so unless somebody else mentioned them, I don't hear. I don't even usually care to watch TV anymore.
Yeah, I don't even. I remember when I used to keep track of movies and stuff that was going on or TV series, and now I'm just kind of like, if it shows back up, it shows back up. I just don't give a shit. I'm only looking forward to the Orville and Cobra Kai. That's really all I'm looking forward to.
Well, I'm not going to be able to watch Cobra Kai, so I'll have to settle for watching videos about it.
Well, if I ever figure out how to do that stream thing that you guys all do, we could all do a watch party.
Talk to Berto Prey.
Okay. Zombie, I got no problem pulling it up and letting everybody watch it with me.
I haven't seen Cobra Kai at all.
I saw the first episode of the season 1, and I was impressed.
Yeah, I was very impressed with it. It's like I don't know if you guys heard Loki's talk today about Cobra Kai. I mean, it's a very good, it's a very well done show. They really do treat the characters right, I think. Boy, we're dying today.
And no,
We're dying.
dying. Why do you think
Just
that?
nothing. We're just usually a lot more chatterboxy than this.
You know, there's usually more on the panel than this, so there are a lot of times it's even hard to get in a word edgewise. It's just kind of nice once in a while to simply, talk. There's nothing really. That's the whole point. In fact, for me, that's the whole point of being on. Isn't necessarily to fill the time with whatever drama, entertainment, whatever. If you want to be here, cool. I'll talk, you listen. If you're if you're a good person, you'll be able to get on and chat. Unfortunately, uh we've had to tighten things down because of some idiots out there.
Yeah. Oh well. At least we all know how to get here. That's the important part.
Exactly.
Yeah, Lid just had to beef up the security.
And
yeah, I knew they were doing
Is that for
Tiki.
the Whopper?
I had heard they were doing a Cassie and Andor show. I did not know if that was actually going to get greenlit. I knew it was greenlit, but I didn't know if they were actually going to make it. Because I tend to take, I don't watch rumors. I stopped watching anything that has to do with, oh, this is a rumor, or this is possibly a rumor. I'm like, I don't care. Like, when it's official, let me know. I'm like, when it's official, let me know.
I generally go, yeah, whatever, until it's actually official. Because
they're making another Despicable Me.
I mean, until then, it's really not that interesting to me.
Yeah, I would agree. But I mean, it's just like when I hear when all we're talking about is like, okay, this is a rumor, this is possible. I'm like, I just don't care anymore. I'm like, until it's official, I've been hearing rumors about Kathleen Kennedy getting fired for like 3 years now. I'm just kind of like, I got over that a long time ago. I'm like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's the
she's already done the damage.
Sad part is, apparently now, again according to rumor, they really can't fire her now or get rid of her now, which because they're worried because she can't get another job that she'll attack them because they were sexist or whatever. It's like, no, bitch, you cost the company billions of dollars. Why would anybody hire you?
Who knows? Who knows?
It's like, hey, I cost my former company billions of dollars. Sure. They're going to, company's going to look at that and go, yeah, that's who we want.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it is what it is. That's worse. I will say this WandaVision. I am kind of curious to how they're going to bring back what's his name? Vision. That does pique my curiosity a little bit.
See, I don't even know what that is. I've heard it before, but
What's that? Sorry, you said you.
I don't
I
even
don't know
know
about the
anything
trailer,
about it.
man. The trailer wasn't really. The trailer's not really selling me.
I mean, all I know is it's some kind of series on some streaming platform, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it. It's going to be on Disney Plus. I'll probably end up doing. I'm not too far off there either. I'm kind of like after Spider-Man: Far From Home. I think Tiki of Doom. I think Marvel's kind of lost its steam at this point. I'm not sure how much more movies they're going to be able to do. I mean, obviously Black Widow will probably make some money, but I don't know about some of the other ones.
And good morning, Generation Productions. How are you?
I kind of looked at the Marvel universe as basically Endgame is the pretty much the end, and if you look at Far From Home, that's more of a coda or an epilogue in its own way.
Right.
In its own way for that particular part of the universe or that time frame. But that's just my thought.
I would be interested in seeing if they can actually make anything, because like with Disney, all their stuff is now remakes, reboots, whatever. It's like, can you actually, I don't know, make something new?
I saw this one and I thought this was interesting. I saw this was something. This was a commercial for Disney, and it said, "From those of you who brought you Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and The Lion King, twice." I was like, "That's not really something I'd want to brag about."
No.
It's like you just bragged that you repeated 3 movies, and no, that Lion King. It's not calling that live action is a joke. That's a CGI orgy. It's not even close to live action.
No.
Right. I agree.
Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey is live action.
Right.
Just with real just with voices and stuff. But yeah, that's live action. Calling CGI live action now. That's not I can't even buy that.
What's going on there?
I'm just tired. I shouldn't be tired. I got plenty of sleep. I plan to be on Admiral stream all night, and I barely made it on by 6 a.m. Central as I was sleeping. I shouldn't be sleepy.
Well, maybe your body's just telling you need some extra sleep.
I don't know. I thought I had plenty of sleep, but and that brought the conversation to.
No, I was reading Tiki. I was reading Tiki's. I don't know. That seems a bit of a stretch. To do that as being a dick move to him. I don't know. That just seems a bit of a stretch for me.
You know, here's the thing. It really, you take established characters and you do stupid things. Why? 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 No. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, they did turn Bobby Drake, the guy who played Iceman, from the 60s, the comic book character from the 60s, all the way to, I think, 2, 3 years ago. And then they decided he's been closet gay the whole time. I'm like, you're just going to throw that out of left field. No explanation, no nothing. Just, you're going to throw it out of left field that he's been hiding this. Like, okay. There's a reason I stopped buying comic books a long time ago.
I'm sorry. There's, I don't, honestly, I don't care if they're, how do I, why
We
is
don't
that
give a
even
shit.
an
Let's just
issue?
put it this way. We don't care.
Why is it even an issue? It's like, I don't care who anybody sleeps with. It's like, it's like, no, just they're making more of things that they should be, and that's all I can say. It's just nah.
I think they're definitely trying to triple down.
Let's see here. Did I actually hear that correctly? Ah, Dave G. Sound is back.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. I hope things went well.
Well, everything's okay thus far. I just had to do a bunch of media prep here. This client's just going to come by and pick it up whenever, so I'm done.
Oh, that's
that
good.
was my day off. A nice day off is when you're on one.
At least you
What, multitask?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is that saying? Needs must as the devil drives. I don't know what that means, but just came to mind.
Oh, I like that. Not sure what it means either, but
yeah, it's kind of. I think it just kind of means kind of like I see, or you do what you do, or something like that. I don't. Something you say in a blank conversation to fill space. Anyway, I've been listening to you guys the whole time, and I got to be really frank about this. I have nothing to add.
Really?
Yeah. Everything all of you said was perfectly accurate.
Let's see here now.
I know, what a bummer, right? No conflict. You know what's funny is
I like this comment. I do like this. No, not that one. Damn it. I hate when StreamYard jumps. Yes, Tiki, let's hear. I like gay by special unicorn characters to just be characters and not all about who they bang. Exactly.
Well, that kind of goes right back to what I think most of us have already talked about and agreed upon is like these actors that have these, I think we talked about Kevin Spacey before. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, that's who he is as him, but his characters that he plays as an actor when he's in his role is brilliant. What he does, behind the scenes, okay, yeah, so great, whatever. Do your thing. It's like, did you like his character in this movie, that movie, the other movie? Yeah. Well, then, do you hate that movie now because you know about this? No, not really. Like, a lot of people have said Chevy Chase is a complete dick.
Yeah.
I still love Christmas Vacation. I'm not gonna think about, oh well, I've worked with him and he's a dick, and it's like, well, oh yeah, this is a great movie. It doesn't ruin it for me.
Well, I think personally, Robert De Niro is a piece of shit, but he's a fucking great actor.
Yeah.
He's done some of the best gangster movies I've ever seen. I can't, I'm not going to deny the fact that I've enjoyed his performance
Even in
just
Bronx
because
Tale,
he's
when
a
he
personal
wasn't the
prick.
gangster, when he was the dad in Bronx Tale, it was still a gangster movie. But I mean, his acting is phenomenal. But yeah, as a person, whatever. I don't know him as a person. I know him as an actor. I know
Right.
his roles. And that's to me anyway. He knows as much about me as nothing. So
See,
I
that was the
like.
thing. No, go
But
ahead, Dave.
no, I'm
All I
done.
was gonna say was I never got into why people got so obsessed in knowing the personal lives of the celebrities. I'm like, I don't give a damn. I'm like, I just want to either listen to the music or watch the show or watch the series. But I don't give a damn about their personal life. I really
Well,
don't. I never
let me
have.
tell you something I thought about this, and I think that what it was it was a leftover from back when everything, like when like newsreels, okay, everything is pop culture. Really was pop culture. Like you had to go out and get an experience or hear about somebody who went out and got the experience. It wasn't handed to you. And as we all evolved around the entertainment, and absorbing the entertainment, for a while it became a little less, it became more like, yeah, whatever. But now with the internet, you can delve into every aspect of everybody's life, blame them for everything that's wrong with yours, criticize them because you didn't like the way they delivered a line in a movie because of a decision they made in their actual personal life or something like that. It's the amount of information that we're getting about them, that, as opposed to the need of want of information that I was talking about back in the like 50s and 60s, when like stars were the big stars. And then for a while there, it seemed like it waned a bit, where it was like, yeah, okay. And then now it's all scandal. It's all scandal. Everything's a scandal. Like you just can't just go out and be an actor and just do your job. Some people do that. Some people say, "Hey, I'm not taking that bait." They just they're just like, I am who I am. Up yours. And I just love people like that. I
Yeah.
really do.
Also, so funny. The first thing that popped up on Parler, 11 Miley Cyrus scandals over the years. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Right, right. It's so
I don't give
scandalous.
a fuck about her life.
But don't you want to protect your daughter that grew up watching her is so innocently? Yeah, it's like, my God. Yeah. Well,
My daughter's 20 years old and realizes that Miley Cyrus is completely nuts.
well,
And
come
trust
on.
me, I had nothing to do with it.
We grew up and there was a Madonna video on. Nobody hid my eyes from it. I mean, those big cones and stuff. That was obvious. It's like, hey, that's sex, isn't it? Yeah. What about it? Well, I don't know. Just they're showing it on TV. It's not a big deal unless you make it a big deal.
Yeah.
My
And
parents never made a big deal out of that shit.
yeah,
No.
same here. Same here. It was just like, oh, what about it? How do you think you were born? Oh,
Well, I had a few. Well, there were some, like I would say, it's like, do you let your children watch R-rated movies? I said, depends on the R-rated movie.
I agree 100,000,000% there. Absolutely. If it's just smut trash, or is it a legitimately good film? Sure, there might be some gore, gruesomeness, or some tense scenes, but sometimes it's just crap. And sometimes, yeah, sure, absolutely, 100%. Remember, NB, I asked you the other day about, we were talking Christmas movies, and I
Yep.
talked about one, and I said, is there anything under a G rating? Like, it's just so damn. Nothing happened in the movie except everything joyous, and everybody had a cappuccino or a cider, and it's like that smiling joke from Million Ways to Die in the West. Like, everybody smiled for the whole movie, and it was like the biggest conflict was, I didn't know I had an uncle. Da, da, da. Oh, wow. And I was like, that's it. That's it. That's really your biggest problem. Huh. That's just amazing. I mean, what a wonderful world, right?
Well, it was like when well, like for example, I let my son and I watch Predator. Great movie. He loved it.
Yeah.
Now do I think he is in the proper place to watch The Thing? No. Obviously, I don't think that's a movie he's ready for.
Yeah, well, it's very visceral, and yeah, having seen that, well, when it came out,
Yep.
I assume you did too. What about you, Cap? Did you see that when it came out? The Thing, the original.
You know what? I don't remember. Yeah, I know I did. Yeah.
Or at least
I
like,
know I saw it on. I know I saw it on VHS. So I saw
Yeah.
it within a couple of years of it coming out.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
probably 86, 80. It was probably 86 to 89. I saw it
and it
somewhere
was like
between.
watching a car accident in slow motion. You could not tear yourself away as much as you wanted. It was just visceral and
Yeah.
amazing filmmaking. Like, that's one of the things that's so amazing. Remember how it got so badly panned?
Yes,
And it is one of the most definitive classics in practical effects. In just seriously, I mean, you can't look away from it. You might want to run out of the theater, but you can't turn around. You know.
I know it is a. You're right. It is a hell of a movie. But like I
Yeah.
said, that's an R-rated movie. I wouldn't let him watch right now.
Yeah.
But
See.
you know,
Yeah.
other R-rated. Would I let him watch certain war movies? Yeah, Saving Private Ryan. Hell yeah, I'd let him watch it. You know, R rating is really just. I mean, R rating has such a broad stroke to it. It can mean a lot of different things. Some movies just get R ratings
Absolutely.
for having too much cuss words. Just saying
Absolutely.
fuck twice.
Yep. And
You
and
say
and
fuck
now
once, you
the
get a PG-13. You say fuck
uh
twice, you get an R rating.
okay. See, now the ratings that they're adding, um, like if you watch something on Netflix, and so it can be rated, but they'll have their little notation at the top that says violence, nudity, drug use, fear.
Yeah.
Fear?
Yeah, that one
Fear.
threw me for a loop. Fear.
Fear. You can actually look up like cartoons and stuff, and it says fear and uncertain circumstances or something like that, and it's, man, really? Fear. Star Trek episodes, fear. Oh, there's fear
Later
involved. I better
generation
be careful.
Oh yeah, I saw on what was it? I was watching Star Trek the other day on Netflix, and what did it say? Swearing. I was like, maybe on the CBS
It
version, but not
it,
not not Kirk's era.
it was in maybe it was in Klingon, and they actually said, you know what, somebody might take offense. You know, people get married in Klingon, so if they're swearing on the TV, I mean, God, this all has to stop, man. People just need to grow a backbone a little bit.
Unfortunately, a lot of them I don't think were raised to be taught to have backbones. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get why people stress out about. I mean, they say cyberbullying. I know that's a bad thing, and I don't condone it at all. But
No.
I've always kind of been like, but it's one of the easiest types of bullying to get away from.
Well, yeah,
Maybe
you
not
just
in high school, but high school sucks, period.
well, yeah, because you're in high school, you're also reacting with the brain of the high schooler. But
Exactly.
cyberbullying, it's like, I mean, I'm not a content creator like you guys, so to me it doesn't matter. Somebody comes at me and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm sure you're right, and it'd be really boring really quick. You
Well,
know,
I mean,
I don't know. I
made
mean,
a
these people that are
Facebook
going
post
around
today.
chasing after people. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Cap.
No. Please go on.
Go ahead. Well,
Go.
the people that are chasing after the the thing that I've just witnessed in the last few days, I must admit I don't do this like you guys do it, but I'm very confused by it. And I mean I understand, you know, the bully wants to be the center of attention and cause, you know, mayhem and stuff, but I just I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Maybe I'm beyond it. Like I said, like I don't care. You know, come at me. I don't care. I have nothing to lose. So, you know, I'm not a content creator. I'm not trying to gain an audience. So I have none to take away. So, you know.
Well, this is funny, Dave, because we were just talking about stars. So I'm on season 2, episode 8. I'm watching Mud's Women, and I just played it back from the beginning just to see what it said. This is what it says: sex and fear. Fear in Mud's Women. Fear in Mud's Women.
Well, wasn't there like a gun involved? Like somebody brandished a firearm of some kind in that episode, and that makes some people afraid. So they have to label it. So you can, before watching Star Trek Mud's Women, that you must have never ever seen before or expose a precious cherub to, look at the label and say, oh, well, wait a minute now. This
Yeah.
might not be appropriate.
Yeah, red shirt. I've seen that same one where it says, yeah, I've seen ones that say contains smoking.
Smoke. There was one that's, it was a Christmas movie that said drug use. There was no drug use in it. They drank wine. It was one of those dumb Christmas movies I'm watching with my wife. You know, these total G-rated, like everything's happy movies. And I was like, there's drug use in this? Huh. Okay. Let's see it. There wasn't. There wasn't. I knew there wouldn't be. It was rated G. It was like consumption of any kind. Oh, you ate that piece of ham and, you know, it had a lot of salt in it. So we got to put a label on that saying, like, first of all, the movie's not kosher. Second of all,
I was about to say that.
added salt is bad for your diet. So use of salt is in the movie. You know, man. I mean, it just doesn't seem to like it's going to end. Everybody's just going to whine about it. And it's like, well, no, you can still show the movie, but you have to watch 10 hours of labels first.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you just have a general label that says something in this movie probably will offend you. Sorry about that. No refunds.
Suck it.
Yeah, suck it.
You know,
done. Done. You know, you've apologized. You've said, basically, you've covered the gamut of everything that could be in the movie. Well, you didn't say there was going to be nudity. Are you offended? Yes. Well, I did say you might be. Done. Sorry. I'm indemnified. Now go watch another movie. Complain to them. Sorry, that's just it just seems like that thing we were talking about, the 1-year term president. It's like this would solve a lot of problems. One dumb label for every single. It could be Bambi. That has fear in it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So this movie might contain something that might offend somebody in some way. Sorry. Done. On every movie, done. Doesn't have to be PG, doesn't have to be adult, doesn't have to be anything, doesn't matter. No rating system. Done. You're going to be offended or you're not. It's a thing.
Hey, let's remember Jaws was rated PG.
Oh, that scared the crap out of me, that movie. Oh,
so was Gremlins.
That actually was kind of scary too.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got a PG movie that I still can't watch to this day because it scared the shit out of me. Poltergeist.
Oh God. Man,
I can't watch that movie again. I'm terrified to watch that movie.
I honestly, I hate to say it. Me too. I'm going to be honest. Me too. It's not even a fun scare. It's a scary movie, man. Like it's that thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've seen it more than once, and that was enough. That's not one to
I
say,
know.
"Hey, let's watch this for fun." That's not a fun movie, man.
Yeah, that's
Just
not
a
one that's
scary.
going on my list to watch again.
No, that's a
No.
scary movie, man. Movies after they can scare you, they can be gory, but they got to be in some way entertaining and fun. That was just scary. I felt like I was there. I mean, that just speaks to the movie. But that's a nightmare giver right there, man.
Oh, dude, I still get chills at the back of my neck if anybody ever does the phrase right here. They're here. I'm like, ugh, ugh, no,
Ugh.
no. Tiki of Doom, yes. Gremlins and Temple of Doom are why they created the PG-13. Yeah. If you go on YouTube, you can actually find history of PG-13. It was
Uh,
like 15 minutes long, and it was actually pretty good. And I think it was Steven Spielberg who really had a heavy hand in getting PG-13 created.
Right.
well, Temple of Doom was a pretty brutal movie too. I mean, they were whipping children and the eating the monkey brain and all that stuff. You know,
Oh, pull the guy's heart
snake
out.
surprise was my favorite part of that movie. Not that was
Yeah.
horrible, just disgusting.
Wait a
And
minute,
then
they
of
pulled his
course
heart
they had
out.
to have the room full of bugs, right? Why couldn't they have just a room full of bugs? You know, they had a room full of snakes in the last one. Let's make it bugs this time. Oh
Don't
God,
forget he ripped the
still a
guy's
great
heart
movie
out.
though.
Oh, don't forget it was PG and they ripped the guy's heart out.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And yeah, right. Still beating, and he's still alive, and burning him in lava, and yeah, it was a fairly brutal movie. And then they used the Wilhelm scream when he fell off the bridge into the alligators. The Indian guy, the slave master.
Yeah.
They used that famous Wilhelm scream. It's it was. I'd put that right
Yes.
on the same level as the that one with the aliens, pretty much. Like I kind of didn't like it.
Tika Doom, yeah, I think I would agree with you on that one. I kind of said the same thing about The Shining. I didn't find The Shining graphically or really that violent, but the score just made it so unsettling.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's the music that scared the shit. It's the music that got the eerie atmosphere going. The movie itself, if it didn't have that music, would actually, I think, be boring.
yeah. But oof, man, yeah, I agree. But and for like when a lot of the times when he's hallucinating on his own and things, or talking to the ghost, whatever. But when the kid is riding around on that big wheel, that just
Oh, oh,
that
oh.
just yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just chilling
I mean,
right now, just thinking about it. And the remake on the TV remake they did, where they use CGI and stuff like that, that everybody says was more akin to the actual book.
Mhm.
But I like when he's out in the yard and like the playground equipment turns into animals that attack him, and it's like this is not like just leave the movie alone. Don't redo it. Don't just don't please.
Well, I do know Stephen King hates the movie, but Stephen King's also an asshole, so I can deal with it. Don't get me wrong, guy's a great writer, but
Yeah.
as much of his shit I've wrote, dude is sick in the head. I mean, seriously sick in the head. All you got to do is read it. Get about towards the end, in between the first half of it and the second half of it, and yeah, it's pretty sick.
Well, here's the thing with like you have some great authors. That doesn't mean I want to hang out with them. I may want to read the book, but yeah, no.
Stephen King and I would not get along.
I don't think a lot of people and you would get along.
Probably not.
I don't know,
Probably
man.
not. Not in this day and age. Oh yeah, I'd heard about that. King had already written a screenplay, The Shining, and Kubrick ignored it. I think I
Oh,
heard about
hmm.
that. Did anybody see that sequel to it? Was it Doctor Sleep that just recently came out? Some people said it was good. I have not seen it yet.
The
I have
sequel
not
to The
either.
Shining?
Yeah, it's called
Wow.
Doctor Sleep, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It has Ewan McGregor playing the grown-up version of the kid.
Oh. No, I haven't. I haven't heard of it. I'm gonna have to look into that. Well, have
I
you
think it's
seen it?
called
Is it
Doctor.
any good or?
I haven't seen it. No, I have not seen it yet. Some people have told me it was good, but I have not seen it yet. I don't know if it's. I don't know. The trailer looked okay, but I had. Yitzy says it's mediocre.
Hmm. What era did this
In
come
my
out
opinion.
in? Like the last 5 years or so? Or?
I think it came out in 19, or it came out this year. I think it came out in 19 or 20. I don't remember.
Okay. Hmm.
That I
Yep,
don't remember yet.
I'll check it out. At least I'll look at the trailer.
Oh yeah.
I've got one I don't know from the source of the information, and I've got somebody saying it's mediocre immediately.
Yeah.
So I don't have high hopes, but as I say, I will look at it and have a glance at least at the trailer and see if it's that crap that they did with the TV thing. When they did the trailers for the TV release of The Shining, people were like, "Oh wow, did you?" I really was like, "That's crap. That's crap. It looks stupid. It looks pure. It looks like a film school project." And I was right.
Oh,
And it was 3 damn days of watching this, on the schedule. And my personal opinion, I don't know. I'm not a critic. I'm critical, but I didn't dig it at all in the least. But again, a trailer is not the end all do all of everything. So I'd at least be willing to look at it.
all right.
Oh, and Tiki knew exactly what I was talking about, even though he's not read it, hasn't read the book. Yeah, I'm exactly talking about that. I was gonna go there, but yeah, that was a pretty sick part in the book.
I've never even heard that part, so yeah. Thank you for bringing an image to mind.
No, it's not the alien. The whole premise why I say it's sick is because after they face off against it, before they transitions into the adults, the one female, and mind you, she's still like 14, 15 years old. She has sex with the other six boys.
Lovely.
And I don't mean just, I mean, he actually describes certain interactions. And I was a kid reading that. And I'm like, I started skipping through that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to read this. This is gross. I'm like, this is gross even for me.
Do you know what's funny is one time I was talking with Odega, and he was describing his writing, and he said, "Well, it's not like Stephen King type writing. Like when the character goes to open a door, he says he went through the door. He doesn't say the knob was glistening slightly with the morning dew and it was a gold type knob, the kind that you would see. No, he's like, yeah, he walked through a door." And
Figure out
I
what
think
the door looks like yourself.
yeah, and that's exactly what he said. And he was like, "Look, I have to leave something up to the audience, and it's actually not that important to setting the mood to the story I'm telling." And it
I
made
think
perfect sense.
I think that's the difference. If it is a key element, okay, fine, go into the description. But if it's just to fill words, no. If it's not an important aspect of the story, why bother?
Well, that you mentioned that there was a comedy show called Little Britain. You've probably heard of it. And one of the skits that they did was it's these two dudes, but they dress up, Monty Python style, whatever, drag, all kinds of stuff. And he was she in the skit was a romance novelist, and it just had nothing to say. It was like, okay, let's start. There's a windy meadow, and he rips off his shirt. The end. And it's like, no, you have to put some other stuff in there. It's like, oh, and they kissed passionately. The end. like because there's nothing in it. It was they were making fun of how it's just fluff, you know. And then they started it. It's like, well, you know what? I'm a little stuck on that one. Let's start on the next book, and it was kind of the same thing. And then finally, the skit ended up with the entire book, just the end. Like there's nothing there. It just, I don't know. I just, for some reason, I made that connection.
Yeah, Red Shirt, I think that that was actually taken out of the abridged version of it, because I know there's like with The Stand, there's an unabridged version, and then there's, I believe, still an abridged version of it.
Right.
And I think that might have been taken out. Quite frankly, I don't know how he got away with getting that in there, and it's still in there. Because
That's
it's
what he
sick.
wrote.
What's that?
That's what he wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
No.
I mean, I've read
That's
enough
what
of this
she
guy's books to know this guy is sick in the head. Although I will say this, Misery is a damn masterpiece of book.
Man, I didn't read it, but the movie itself is one of the. You know how you mentioned that about Poltergeist? That movie scared me in a different way.
Right.
Like it, and it is a masterpiece. I didn't read the book, the story, and
Kathy Bates
I've
was
always liked
dynamite.
James Caan though. James Caan, since I saw him in Rollerball and Magnificent Seven, like I was like, this guy just kicks ass as an actor. And of course, don't forget he was wonderful in Elf. But and he was, come on, man, he was good. But
I've never seen Elf.
oh, you know what? It's a great Christmas movie. It's a you hate what's his name, Farrell. What's his? I don't.
I like
but,
William. No, I like Farrell. I like Farrell fine.
It's a great Christmas movie. It's family friendly. It's a lot of fun. I'd recommend that. That's actually on my Christmas movie rotation.
Okay.
So I would recommend it and it's fun. No, don't expect too much from it. But it's got good comedy in it. It's got the music. You know, it's Christmassy music, but it's a fun movie. It's something you can watch with the family. It's not in any way visceral or dirty or anything. But it's a good movie. I would recommend it. I really would.
Kathy Bates was awesome in Misery.
Yeah.
Oh,
I never looked at her the same. Even when she was in that TV series where she was smoking weed the whole time, I was like, no, that's the ankle breaking lady, man.
Actually, I will say this, as somebody who's read a lot of Stephen King books and actually watched a lot of the movies or TV shows or everything, Misery was actually very close to the book in most aspects of it.
That's good to hear because I never read the book.
One of the key differences in the book is there are parts where you do read the story that he's writing. Kind of gives you it's more a visual to watch how he's doing his writing and typing stuff after his abuse and everything. So you get like little small parts of it where it shows him writing the story. But as far as James Caan's character and Kathy Bates's character in the book, they are pretty close to the same. I was very impressed with how well it kind of flowed with the book.
Do you know I can relate to Kathy Bates' character in one way, but it's now defunct, but it didn't matter. I was a big fan of Red Dwarf.
Right.
When the series was being aired on public television. And I bought like all the VHS tapes at the not Blockbuster, Borders books or whatnot. And
Right.
And I just loved the entire series. I watched it like I watched Blake Seven. I watched them over and over, start over and over and over. And when it got to the last series, I never watched the last episode because I didn't want it to end. Now, since then, they've come out with like a whole new series and like made for TV things and specials and stuff like that. And I haven't watched any of them because I fell into that, like, I don't want it to end. And I never watched the last episode on that last tape I bought. And that's that Kathy Bates kind of weirdness. Like, you can't let the story end. And it can't end like this. And I don't know. I loved it that much. Where like at the ending of Blake 7, I was like, they did it in a way that I liked because it didn't necessarily end. And no spoilers there, but it ended. Oh, it definitely ended, but in a way it didn't. The way they rolled the credits. And of course, there was a couple of fan things after that were in the same universe with the same actors, on audio tape. And there was a couple of various stories that were mixed between the Doctor Who universe, basically the Tom Baker universe, and the Blake 7 universe. Somehow they mixed that together, and they used the same actors from both. They used one of the I can't remember the actor's name. He was the captain of a sand mine in a Tom Baker episode, and then Avon from Blake 7, and they met up on the planet that anyway, long thing. But so the story didn't end because fans wrote for it and the actors participated. This is still going on with real Star Trek, and that's kind of a weird thing to be a fan to the point where you won't let it end even to see the end.
Yeah.
And actually I've been like that with video games too. It's like how many times can you go back and play the fun level before you have to beat the boss at the end and finish it? And like an RTS or something like that. You can just play that game for forever, or you can end it and then say, "Yay, I won," and start from scratch. But you've already experienced it. You've built a huge empire up, and you wanna just mess around with it for a while, not necessarily just hurry off and say, "Okay, that's it, story done, next." Anyway, I didn't realize that I actually drank that whole glass of wine. That might have been my diatribe.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm kind of disappointed today. I didn't get any thumbs down. Oh well. I guess
How many
that'll
we
happen
have?
in
Hey, what was
replay.
the top off last time? What was the top off the other day?
10.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
At least people have hobbies, man.
Well, I think it was funny because it like every time a downvote, we all were celebrating.
Oh yeah.
That was the fun part of it. It's like, oh, downvote. Oh,
Yeah.
another downvote.
And
It's like, go ahead, keep it going.
I remember you, Captain, going, and I really want to just my heartfelt thanks to everybody who took time out of their busy schedule to come on here and pay attention and care enough to make a choice.
exactly.
It was great.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, here's the thing. There are people that are saying, well, don't let them get in your heads. We're already in theirs.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
in their heads. I don't know why. I don't care.
Well, think about how many things that you really don't like. Okay, not like you just had bad service at Starbucks or some crap, but things do you really go and look them up and then like that's one thing with reviews in general.
Right.
People will more likely give a review if they're dissatisfied with something to vent about that than if they're happy with it. When I got my last amp, I contacted Fender directly and was like, I don't know what in the hell you guys are doing in your R&D department, but this is the best sounding amp I've ever heard, and I've been in the industry for 25 years.
Yeah.
And they were like, thank you. Like we're really glad to hear it. I had to give them, because I wasn't expecting anything free or anything. I was like, damn, dude, this thing sounds good from guitar to amp, without effects, without compressors. I've never heard that. And I am a pro and I know this stuff. And I just had to write and tell you, you don't get a lot of positive reviews. You get negative reviews. And that's why you got to mostly cut them in half. I mean, even if they all say the same thing, some people get on this review train, and they're like, well, I'm not supposed to like it, so I'm just gonna kind of not like it, because instead of just making your own opinion, some people aren't just big enough to do that, and they're like, well, gee, like, I'm not mentioning the Cyberpunk game, but
Right.
for example, like, everybody's like all down about it. Yeah, sure, epic fail. Yeah, sure, frame rate sucks. Yeah, sure, all this. It will be a good game at some point. I have no doubt of that.
Right.
Is it now? Probably not, but it will be. They're not going to not patch it, you know?
No, they got too much invested in it.
Yeah, exactly. And they've got a lot to lose if they don't, and they will, and because they forced it out, whatever. But that kind of thing, and everybody's like, oh, I mean, I can't blame. I really can't blame people for being disappointed when you spend that kind of money on a product that's being sold to you as a completed product. You don't buy a car and say, we'll have the fourth wheel next week, but so I can't blame people complaining, but I do feel that it's going to be epic when it's done, and it just needs to get done. And
think about it too,
yes,
the
the
more
other thing is, I know about the I only have a PlayStation 4, and I know that it really wasn't made to. What they're trying to accomplish in that game world was really meant for next gen hardware or PC. And I hear that the Stadia, which, let's all be honest, is kind of considered jokeable. Everybody jokes about it. It's like, really, Stadia? I heard it runs well. So, I wouldn't expect it to run well on my PlayStation 4, and it's not even a Pro. So I wouldn't be disappointed if it didn't run well. But I would expect it to run well if I went out and found a PlayStation 5, like, donated for free, new in box, would be great, guys. But I would expect it on launch to run well, and not the complaints that I've been reading about. Again, I haven't seen it for myself, but I would at least expect a product being released for sale to be what it is.
I'm gonna probably have to pay to use Skillsoft this year. Sorry, that was I was looking up Skillsoft. I got my Security Plus 3-year reviews coming up July of next year. So right around the beginning of the year, I need to start working on my 46 out of my 50 credit hours. You've got mail. So I have to do so many hours. I'm gonna have to pay $150 for the registration codes. It's $50 for each year, and then I have to do 50 hours. So generally, I go to Skillsoft. I just kind of go in, update my IT skills a little bit, send it all in, and then they'll send me a new certificate for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I'll keep my certification current.
Okay, so is that like the CTS thing that I do? Like, it's basically a industry certification system that you have to take their classes, and it's recognized as a certification, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So like mine's through, oh God, who did I get my Security Plus from? CompTIA.
Mhm.
So I have to go through CompTIA, and each one of these classes I do, I'll get a certificate for however hours, and then I'll get my 50 hours in, and it just depends. You can do something that's half a credit, or you can do ones that are much longer, that are 4 or 5 credit hours. But you're going to be sitting at your computer for half the day.
My wife's boss just had to do that with, I think it was AFE or facility engineer, because he's architect. So that's the construction company she runs, and she's like, he's in the other office bitching and screaming because he forgot his certification is due today, and he has 2 modules left. And the modules are like 3 hours each and shit.
Oh God.
And he usually pops in the office, says, "Everything okay? All right, you want to go to lunch? Okay, all right, no, all right, I'm out of here." So he has to be there and like work, and she's like, "This sucks," because he's just screaming in the other room at the computer. But yeah, the certification process. I worked for AFE for a little while too, and didn't like it. But the certification processes are. I was like, "Oh, come on, really?" And I looked at the book that you have to know, and I promise you that your normal janitor mop guy doesn't go through this. This is you're calculating ovoid drain volumes and pressures and things like that, and I'm like, who does this? What type of? It's like, oh, that's for the facility manager. Oh, good, because I didn't like it. I did all that stuff in the fire department for atmosphere pressure and hoses, and I'm like, this is a whole different realm. This is like not even fun. You're talking about drains. I don't like that.
I don't know. There's some things like we're going through some of the math stuff we have for our kids and stuff, and it's like some of these we're kind of joking, like, is this really necessary? Please tell me this is what I've been looking for. Oh, thank fucking God. I've been looking for this for months. I finally found the CompTIA certification training list. That's gonna finally tell me what's valid and what isn't, as far as classes and stuff I can take. And this thing is a pain in the ass to find. It's just one of the most annoying things to look for. Okay, perfect. There's a bunch of valids on here. Because what it does is it'll tell you, like, for example, I'll see which one I'll do. ASA firewall configuration access control. Okay, I've got no problem getting myself refreshed on that. Oh, wireless LAN design. Oh, yes. I love doing that. Except it's not part of Security Plus. Damn it. Cheap bastards.
It's one of those extra modules where you can take it, but it doesn't actually add to your credit. Yeah, sure.
Well, no. What it is it has. Well, no. What it is it what I was looking for. It's not just that. It tells you what's valid for. It tells you the class or the course title. It'll tell you how many CSUs it is, and tells you if it's A plus, Net plus, Security plus, Linux plus, Cloud plus, Pentest CSA. Basically, it's telling you what it's applicable to for your continuing educations. No, I'm not going to do ethical.
Hello, Thomas.
Actually, I think I will do ethical hacker. I think I'm actually going to take those skill sauce for ethical hacking. Those are valid to Security Plus.
Cool.
I've always wanted to do.
Hello, Tom.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's quite a few. There's quite a few of them here. That'd be some nice continuing education.
Do you know, I've actually enjoyed a couple of YouTube videos of ethical hacking where the guys like call the call centers back and actually are like take over their computers and say, well, actually, you're sitting at the second desk because I also have control of your security camera. Stuff like that. It's like, stop calling me or else.
Oh yeah,
there was one where the guy blanked the guy's computer because he gave, how they try to gain access through remote access, and so he had this whole thing ready to go where the guy thought that he was getting access to the cool dude's computer.
He put him in a honey trap, didn't he?
Setup. And meanwhile, he was accessing his computer and wiped his hard drive and sent a thing to like this whole company and like ruined it. And it was a company like real thieves, hackers. They weren't just like a offshore company calling for Dell. They were the ones that were trying to steal money, and he just fed him a new one. And the guy was like, "What do you want me to do? Or do you want me to pay?" He's like, "No, I want you to stop, cut it out, just don't do it. I'm not giving you a code. Basically, I tried to ruin you guys, and I did it, and I'm happy. So go home."
So basically, what he did was he put a honeypot in front of him. He made him think he was getting access to stuff,
Right.
but turned out it wasn't. It was just false while he was going through his stuff. Yep.
Right. And
I've seen a few of those.
infected the company's server and basically ruined it. And they were talking with him on the phone, like saying, "What do you want, a ransom?" And he's like, "No." Like, "No, you're ended. That's all." And you can see these things on YouTube. And it's kind of one of those feel good things. Like you see the cybercrime police sergeant calling up the hacker saying, "Yeah, you called me and said that a sheriff's going to be at my door." Well, I'm the sheriff. So, what are you talking about? And they usually hang up.
Yes, Thomas Potts. That is a Union hat with a Confederate uniform. I'm a huge history buff. And I'm currently talking the Civil War right now. Except the way I teach facts. I don't teach emotion. I teach the truth, the good, the bad, and the ugly of American history. I don't sugarcoat it for my kids because they need to know history is bloody. And I don't just mean our history.
Yeah.
You just look at history in general. History is riddled with blood and wars and violence.
And of course, there are people that want to wipe that part out of it because that's not pleasant. It's not fun. It's like, well, it's fact.
Yeah, well, neither was hearing on the phone while I'm talking to my wife. Fuckers in Afghanistan shooting RPGs at the wire, but unfortunately, we had to deal with it because it's reality.
Yeah,
and it did happen, despite what people would like to think. Hate to tell you, shit did happen. Good shit happened. Bad shit happened.
exactly.
That's part of history. That's why I said if you don't, they want to wipe history, but I don't know. I just try to teach facts. I know that's not the morally right way to do it, but it's the right way to do it, period.
Yeah. For whatever reason, facts are not enough anymore. Yeah, whatever.
It's one of my favorites. I always like to say, facts don't care about your opinion, or facts don't care about your feelings.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
It's 1 o'clock. It's been a good day so far.
Yeah.
Been a nice, but other than the little crappy weather, managed to. So we got all the boxes in before it started raining, and then by the time we got to the post office, it had stopped raining long enough for us to at least get inside.
Yeah.
I was like, that works. I was like, I can live with that. It was actually a good thing I went because everybody was wearing masks, and Madam Geek, she just couldn't hear what the lady was saying through the mask. And I'm able to understand people through muffled stuff because of my years as a radio operator and a comm guy. I'm just used to being able to focus on one person's voice versus, and tune out background stuff and generally get most of it or know what they're saying. I don't have to hear everything, but I can, I'll hear enough key words to know what's being said to me.
Yeah, the general idea. Yeah.
I guess Dave dropped. Yeah, that is the case. I agree, Carlo. Teach them facts. They're going to have to make a choice of whether they agree with it or whether they agree it was the right decision or the wrong decision. That is absolutely true. That's the way it should be.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think it's about time for me to go have lunch. I would like to thank everyone who's been on the panel today. And yeah, go to check out Birdstream later. I think it's on at what do you say, 4 p.m. Wait a minute, Dave is back.
Hello. Sorry, I had a text message thing going on, and I'm on my phone and don't know how to work it.
Understood. Understood. Yeah, I was just gonna wrap things up. Do you have anything going on, Dave? Anything that you know of that's going on?
No, nothing interesting. No, just no. Actually, I guess if you were gonna wrap up, then I guess it's time for me to cook. I still haven't done that.
Yeah, I need to cook some lunch myself. What about you, NB? What's going on?
Well, Saturday we're gonna do the Christmas movie thing again. I don't know about the time. Probably be about the same time, but we'll see. And then Saturday, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the Mandalorian season finale. Should have my co-host Jack Beers with me. And then, of course, like I said, I got some ideas planned for next year. But over the next couple of weeks, I'll start fleshing some of that stuff out,
Yep.
and I'll figure those out as we go. I'm looking to do a couple of streams, and I'm looking to either do a couple of streams myself or maybe collaborating with somebody else who's already doing one to see if they want to co-collaborate on some stuff together. I know Revan asked me if I want to do a couple things with him. I said sure. I know Paulie wants to do a couple things, do some recording, so gonna have to work out some times for that stuff. But hey, I'm just having a freaking blast as always.
That is good to hear. And I know Professor Brandy Specs is probably busy, so I know he's got something coming up next week. But other than that, I got my show going on tomorrow, which I'll have to cut short because of a doctor's appointment. But I will be going on. And again, I'd like to thank everybody for joining, and I will see you next time.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Oh, you are quite welcome.
Have a good one, Captain. Have a good one, NB.